Yo, what's good, Does Nation? What's good, family? Peace, love, and ascension, man. Yo, in this video, faut m'expliquer qui j'en baga yo ye, ok? Parce que l'aime t'es un petit garçon, l'aime t'es un petit jeune garçon, moi t'es toujours bégué, pas qu'à même parler en mot. Okay, so in this video, man, today's topic is growing up with a stutter, how I overcame it. I'm gonna be talking to you guys about, you know, just a little bit of my background, my history dealing with a speech impediment. I'm gonna talk about the differences between somebody that has a speech impediment and that doesn't. I'm also gonna talk about some solutions, you feel me? So that's a good thing. And I'm gonna break down a couple of things for y'all, man, and you know, just talk about the ins and outs of stuttering, speech impediments, stuff like that, man. Now, I definitely, look, man, this is a topic right here that I actually started my channel a couple of years ago, knowing that it was gonna get to a point where I felt comfortable enough talking about this topic, because this topic is a topic that a lot of people don't understand because they don't actually go through it. And so I feel like I'm the best candidate to help people out in this area, simply because I dealt with it, and now where I'm at, what I'm doing with my life, I'm a businessman and I make a living off of speaking. I help people for a living. So I feel like I'm the best candidate, man. So let's get into it, right? So the topic of this video, right, is, you know, how I grew up with a stutter, how I overcame it to where I'm at now. So a little background about me. I'm Haitian. So pour moi, langue pas anglais, c'est Creole. So the first language I learned in my house was Creole, and I learned English, you know, from like school and from just being in the States. So, you know, who texted me during the damn video, man? So that's just kind of my background. And so I speak multiple languages because I don't just speak Creole anymore, you feel me? I speak Igbo, I speak a little bit of Arabic, I speak a little bit of Mandarin, Spanish, French. I love learning languages. Now, for me, what helped me overcome a speech impediment as a child, you know what I mean? Anybody that truly knows me personally knows that I dealt with that as a kid, was understanding the subconscious mind and meditation. Meditation changed my life, right? So I had to meditate and look within inside myself for a while and try to figure out where did the stuttering or the speech impediment stem from, right? And so while I was doing my my intro, you know, just looking into myself and, you know, looking in retrospect, trying to figure out where did this all start from, I had a profound meditational experience, you feel me? And I remember, like, this thought came to me like that, like somebody dropped it in my brain. I remember when I was 5 or 6 years old, my mom used to put me in these kids talent shows, and this is in New York City, you feel me, at the time. And you know, the kids that were in this show were so talented. I'm talking about they doing fashion walks, they were singing, they were dancing, they would do, I'm talking about talented kids, right? And I remember the way she did it was grimy. Now, I forgive my mother, I've let go of a lot of stuff, but the way she did it, I would never do this to my kid ever. She didn't even tell me where we were going. She used to just drive me to the city, boom, and put me in these talent shows. And I remember the first time she did that to me, we just pulled up, I'm talking about, to this big building. We pulled up to this big building, and I'm watching these kids perform, you feel me? Like, I remember, like, there was this one girl, she was doing like a fashion walk type of dance act or whatever. And then next thing I know, I'm on stage and I'm up next. I'm behind stage, but I can kind of see the stage. Yo, I swear on everything, it had to have been like 5,000 to 10,000 people in there. I'm not even exaggerating. Next thing I know, she pushed me on the stage and they're like, coming up to the stage next, it's Dudley. I got on that stage, yo, I seen all these people. Mind you, I hadn't ever seen white people before in my life. it's a bunch of white people. I froze like this, and I was shaking. I was terrified, and it was to the point where like the people that were running the show, they just, you know, like they were adults, so they just kind of like they understood that I was like scared, I was shaking, and so they just kind of like came to me and was like, all right guys, give it up for Dudley, and they gave me like that little trophy that you get when you don't do anything, you feel me? And that was the first time. My mom did it 2 more times, put me on that stage, and I was shaking. And from that point on, I developed a stutter. I was like nervous, I didn't believe in myself, I didn't have confidence, and you know, I would just stutter, you feel me? And going through grade school in New York City is greasy, you feel me? Like I grew up in the hood, Queens, New York, you know what I'm saying? Cambria Heights. I grew up in the hood, and those kids, ruthless. I'm talking about, you had to develop thick skin, and because I couldn't articulate myself like the other kids, you know what I'm saying? You speak English with an accent, they calling me an African booty scratcher, go back to Africa, this, that, and the third, just wild shit, you feel me? And so I really only felt comfortable speaking Creole. And you know, it's crazy, like I remember like going through school and the kids would like tease me for how I talk, and they'll do, and like, you know what I'm saying, just real shit that can make a person carry that joint until adulthood, until you address it. So all of these issues I had, and I went through you know, elementary, middle school, high school, even some years of college, dealing with this issue of just not being able to articulate myself how I want to, based off of the issues of my childhood. I had not yet healed my heart chakra, and just other things within inside of me that I had not addressed. I would always try to hide it, you know what I'm saying? And I would use synonyms of words that I could articulate easily, you know what I'm saying? So for example, like if I was struggling with a word that started with K or P, I would use something else that meant the same thing, but maybe it was a H word or F word. I can get it out more smooth. And I remember like this thing was affecting me so much. When I was 12, I tried to commit suicide because I was so depressed and I couldn't articulate myself and nobody understood me. And I remember people would just say, Dudley, just take your time. Motherfucker, people that don't deal with a speech impediment don't understand. So they'll say something like, just take your time. Motherfucker, that don't work. All right? So real quick, because I'm about to help a lot of people in this video, let's look up the definition of a stutter real quick, right? Because a lot of people don't understand that this is a mental condition. And when you take control of your mind, you can alleviate yourself from this, right? Now, let me show you guys something real quick, right? So we're looking up the definition of stutter, right? So it says right here, talk with continued involuntary repetition of sounds, especially initial consonants, right? So that definition does not actually encompass the whole scope of stuttering or speech impediment. So I'm about to get into it, right? So when you look up the definition of impediment, it says a hindrance or obstruction in doing something, right? And so for me, I didn't have the typical stutter where I would constantly repeat myself like duh, 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 but I would have the like it felt like something was suffocating me. Like I'd be like I couldn't articulate myself. Like the cadence and rhythm of my speech was like patchy, right? And then there were some times that I struggled with a word where I would just duh, 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 and I couldn't really articulate myself well, right? And so the reason I'm making this video is to help people, because if somebody that if somebody that dealt with this and English isn't even my first language, and now I have a channel where I make videos in different languages, if somebody can deal with this like myself, who I thought I had the worst case, and now I make a living from speaking to people through my consultation calls. I'm a personal trainer. I've given numerous speeches. I'm an author now. If somebody like me that can make it from that low self-esteem and that mental lock on my mind to where I'm at now, there's hope. You can definitely make it, right? And so I just pulled up the definition for you guys of stutter and impediment, because I have to take you guys to the foundation, because a lot of people that don't deal with impediments in life don't understand, and so there's a lack of empathy. But I empathize with you because I understand you, you feel me? So this video, I don't expect this video to resonate with any of my subscribers that have never dealt with it. So this video might be for the casual person that's scrolling through YouTube searching videos for how to get over stuttering. And so when they come across this video, this is for them. This ain't for y'all. And so, but for those that want to be educated, you know, you're more than welcome to stay. And so dealing with a stutter, people say comments that are insensitive, like just try to slow down, or just breathe, or just pause. You don't understand. It is a mental condition. The difference between somebody that is a stutterer and just a regular person is that a person that stutters identifies as a stutterer. And so there is a mental lock on their mind that says, this is who I am. I am a stutterer, right? And I don't even like to say that, because I am very protective of my vibration, and I know that the English language is a demonic language. I'm about to do a lecture on that soon. We know that we cast spells with this wicked ass language, and so everybody stutters. Nobody is a perfect speaker. If we were, we would be talking like robots like this without any, you know, errors in our speech pattern. But we don't talk like that. We're expressive people, you know what I'm saying? We're emotional people, energy in motion, emotional people. And so we have certain cadences, we have different accents, we have different ways of expressing, articulating ourselves. Some people like me use their hands to talk because I'm a very physical person. Some people talk like this. Some people have a good poker face or whatever. And so what we have to understand is everybody stammers over their word and trips over words and repeats themselves, but they keep it pushing because that doesn't affect them, right? Now, the people that do identify as a stutterer, the way that I used to think and the way that people that are dealing with speech impediments think, when they stammer over a word, the world is over, like, damn, I just fucked up. I stammered. I gotta make these next sentences right. I can't embarrass myself like I always do. I gotta use this word. Oh, I'm not gonna use this word because I struggle on that word, so I'm gonna use this word. I understand these people because I went through it. You know what I'm saying? So that's the difference between somebody that stutters and somebody that is just a regular person. Is that the stuttering person is consciously always thinking about what the next word is, how they're gonna articulate themselves. Oh man, I'm having dinner with the family again at, you know, any restaurant. When the waiter or waitress is walking towards you for you to make your order, your heart is beating hella fast because you don't want to fuck up in front of the whole table and have your family laugh at you. Because my family teased me, straight up. My family laughed at me, they teased me, and it's no shot to my family. You know, I love my family and we grow through things, and that's the past. But I'm a type of person that I don't forget anything. I can heal myself, I can let things go, but it's stored in my mind, right? And so I wanted to give you guys the foundation, just some key points to kind of educate people that don't understand what a stuttering person deals with. You know, these are the issues that people with speech impediments deal with. Just the constant mental torment of, wow, you know, I can't say this word, I can't articulate this way, or meeting somebody new for the first time. It causes you to be introverted, right? And for me, I've always been an outgoing personality. I've always been I'm naturally extroverted, but dealing with a speech impediment caused me to be an extroverted introvert, if that makes sense, or an introverted extrovert. And so in a little bit, I'm going to talk to you guys about how I overcame this, right? I wanted you guys to understand that this is what people go through, and this is why a lot of people that have speech impediments are suicidal, because I tried to take my own life at one point because I couldn't articulate myself. I was getting teased. People were joking on me. They say, oh, you shouldn't stutter. They'd call me African booty scratcher because I'm Haitian. And I had all these slick things, so I had a very aggressive childhood. I was fighting all the time. I was arrested multiple times. I almost, you know, there's some stuff I almost did that I'm not gonna say on camera, but just based off my facial expression, you can tell what I was about to do. And you know, just a lot of anger built up and frustration and miseducation and just a lack of empathy shown towards me. So anybody that gets value out of this video, you know, that was my intention, man, right? And so the way I overcame stuttering was I had to understand that stuttering was just a mindset. First, I disassociated myself with the word stuttering. I was no longer a stutterer. I was just me. I was just me, and however I choose to articulate myself, it is what it is. And I started to meditate and I started to educate. I educated myself on the mind. More specifically, the subconscious mind, because the subconscious mind governs 90% of your physical reality. And so a lot of us have over 70,000 thoughts throughout the day, and 90% of those are the same thoughts that we thought in the previous day. And so we constantly have this cycle of thinking about the same things over and over again. And so you guys always constantly hear me talk about the mind and how we have to watch what we consume via the media, the music, the TV shows, and any other influence, right? I broke down the word media and how it is, the etymology is from Greece and it means an illusion. All right, this is why the news be putting out fake stuff and all that. But I started to understand the subconscious mind, and I realized that I was being programmed by myself from past beliefs. I believed that I was still a stutterer. So in my adult years, I carried myself like one. I would not make eye contact with some people. I would feel timid. I would stammer. I couldn't introduce myself. I couldn't do this. I couldn't do that. And so once I started to understand these concepts, you know what I mean, I started to learn about the mind and I started to implement what I learned. And so I took over I hijacked my own mind, you feel me? I hijacked my own mind and started to program myself via affirmations, putting myself in uncomfortable situations like giving speeches. I gave so many speeches in college and I got A+ on all of them because I got tired of being in my lower self. I had to boss my life up. I was like, yo, I got a whole life left to live, you feel me? I don't have time to be allowing my childhood burdens to keep me down. I had to literally man up and boss my life up, straight up. And so what I did was I would do affirmations. I would affirm positive things to myself. I actually created a program that I'm gonna talk about in a little bit. But I affirmed things to myself, like positive things like I can speak, I'm a good speaker, I'm a good articulator. And then also I started to put myself in uncomfortable situations because you will not grow without discomfort. And I learned this from just sports. All my life in sports, I knew that the only time I got better was when I was met with some form of adversity or discomfort. So that's why I think everybody should definitely be in sports. But anyway, the uncomfortable situations I put myself in was giving speeches in front of my classmates. And in college, it was like 100, 250 students. And so I would always not like attention to be on me because of my condition. And so I started putting myself in those type of situations and giving speeches. And what that did was every time I did good in a speech or something, it would build that positive reinforcement. So now I built new neuron pathways in my brain. I was overriding my mind, my damn self. And so that positive reinforcement boosted up my self-esteem. And I kept on doing it, and it kept boosting up my self-esteem to now where I was pairing the affirmations with the work. We know faith without work is dead, whatever. I was pairing up the affirmations. I wasn't just saying it, I was being it. And so I put those together and I literally hijacked my mind and I overrided the past beliefs that I couldn't talk. And now I speak multiple languages, you feel me? I'm learning Arabic as we speak. I'm learning Igbo as we speak. I can already converse with many Igbo people. You know what I'm saying? And so I overcame a stutter or speech impediment by understanding myself, meditating, finding the issue, and then deciding that that issue would not have dominion over my life. All right. Now, I said I have a program. I created a sleep time affirmation, as well as, you know, you can use it in the morning or just throughout the day to implant thoughts into your mind. Now, the book Think and Grow Rich talks about auto-suggestion, and it's the ability to suggest things to your subconscious mind without you even knowing it, to where you will start to believe what you want to believe, and your life will reflect as that. So I created a program that is designed to help people overcome speech impediments and to articulate themselves. I will link that in the description box below and the comments section below. Okay, it's on my website, Dudley Duds, and I created this service for people that have dealt with speech impediments, because when I was searching and looking for help, nobody talked about this stuff like I'm talking about it with y'all. Nobody understood it, nobody cared about it, and that was frustrating. I had to do this on my own, so I made this program to help people, all right, because I was frustrated. So this is how I overcame stuttering and a speech impediment. And yeah, sometimes I stammer or whatever, stutter. Nigga, I don't care. I'm living my life. Like, I don't identify as that anymore. Everybody stammers over the word, whatever. I'm keeping it pushing. Like, I got too many things on my plate right now to be worrying about stuttering. I got a business, I got a whole woman. I'm changing my bloodline from my family. I'm educating myself every single day, and I'm becoming spiritually enlightened every single day. And so this is the freest I've ever felt in my life. I can articulate myself. I meet new people all the time. I give speeches. I have conference calls. I train people virtually and in person. If you would have told me 10 years ago that I would be where I'm at mentally and just overall cognitively, based off of that little scared stuttering boy, man, I would have told you, you lying. That's what I would have told you, man. Or, you know, c'est pas vrai. You know what I mean? So this video, man, you know, I'm joking, but it's because I can now make light of the situation, because I'm healed. You feel me? And when I say I'm healed, I'm talking about I, as in the consciousness within inside this vessel. I refer to my vessel as one, but I am the consciousness. So when I say I'm healed, the consciousness within inside of me, which is, you know, myself, that mindset is no longer there. So because I am healed, one is healed. This body is healed. And now I walk in accordance with who I believe I am within my mind. Nobody's gonna tell you this. Nobody's gonna talk to you about this, because trust me, I looked. I was on YouTube searching for how to overcome stuttering, how to get over stuttering, how to stop stuttering. Nobody talked about this. Nobody helped me. I had to figure this out on my own. And you know, you're gonna have to figure this out too. But you can't overcome any obstacle. You just have to take control over your mind. We don't even know what we can do with our minds. You are literally God. Literally. And so be wary of what you're consuming via the music, the media, the people that are around you, lowering your vibration, and you can overcome anything, man. So if you got value out of this video, make sure to hit that like button. And I just send you so much deep healing and deep love, and I empathize with you, because I understand everything that you're going through on a deeper level that maybe nobody else can ever fathom, because I dealt with it to where I didn't even want to leave the house because I couldn't articulate myself. I couldn't talk. I had friends, but I couldn't really laugh around with them or joke around because I was stutter. You feel me? I would try to hide it around girls. I would try to hide it around the dinner table, around my family, but they all knew and they joked on me. And that fucked me up mentally. It damaged my mind, and they don't even understand that. But it's cool, man. Life goes on. Boss your life up. And so, you know, that's all I wanted to say for this video, family. I love you guys, man. Send you guys good energy. Again, my Pro 60-Day Speech Program will be linked down below for anybody that's interested. And you know, I just send you love, man, because I understand that not being able to articulate yourself is one of the worst feelings in the world. You feel like you're trapped inside of your body. You can't talk. Something that's so powerful like talking, which is manifesting your thoughts into vibrations via your vocal cords that are vibrating. You can't do that. And it feels like your life has been stripped away from you. And so I'm here to, you know, just give you back some light, some hope. So alright, family, I'm out, man. I'll see y'all in the next video. Alright, I'm out.